Welcome everyone to part 3 of lesson 2. In this video we're going to be looking at a medium complex network, and for this what we've done is we've added routers which connect different LANs together, different local area networks, to create a wider area network. So what we have here is we have a bunch of computers, so all of these computers here which are in your home here in the UK. And we have this server which exists at the Filius headquarters in Germany. If you haven't figured out already, Filius is the program we're using to set up these networks. And I'm going to be uploading this program to Moodle for you to download, as well as an instruction manual from Filius which you can use to create some basic networks for practice. So what's happening here is with these routers is the router is working as a gateway to your network. And the way we can figure that out is if we look at the IP address for the router, if you look at the first 3 sections of the IP address, 192.168.0, those numbers are the same as the devices connected to the router, except of course the last one, which has been made into a 1. And that is how the other networks in the world will find the devices in your house. And of course, through the router is how you then also send out data to the rest of the network which you are connected to. So if you forgot what a gateway is from the last lesson, I mentioned that it's the front gate to the house which allows people to access your house. They cannot enter your house without first going through the gateway at the front of your house. So this is how your network is accessed, through the gateway to your network. The router becomes a gateway, something through which people, or data in fact, can access, can enter your network at home. So I'm going to show you a quick demonstration here. So we're going to press run like this, and if you caught that very quick firing up of these wires, what that was doing is these devices in your home network were contacting the router and just sort of coming to terms with it, identifying who it is, and of course identifying themselves to the router as well. Now what we can do is we can look at the Germany headquarters as well. Notice that the IP address for the Germany headquarters is different to yours. That is because those IP addresses belong to a different local area network. They are somewhere much farther away in the world. And notice how not any one of the sections is the same as the IP addresses here in your UK home address. That is because, you know, that, as I said, is a completely different network, and it doesn't require the IP addresses to be even close to similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to load up your home computer here, and I do have a server on this network and it is running in the Germany headquarters. So what we're going to do next is we're going to search for that server using the IP address which belongs to it. So we're going to say 54.98.127.10, and if I press start, what should happen is your home computer should send a GET request to the server, because your router can find the server, or in fact can find the gateway to that server, and then the server will send the files back to you. So let's press start and let's have a look at that. There we go. All of that data that is being transported is the server is sending the files to the home computer, and then the home computer is contacting the server and basically saying, yes, I have this part, yes, I have this part, send the next one, send the next one. So it's a to and fro communication. When the server sends a small amount of data to the home computer contacts the server again and says, yes, thank you very much, I have this part of the file, please send the next one. And we're going to talk about that later with data packets. One last thing I want to show you here is if I stop the simulation and I go to the home computer, you'll notice that I have put the gateway address here in the information, because the computer requires this to understand where the gateway is, to then send the GET requests to the router, so the router can then send them to the outside world. As far as your home computer is concerned, nothing outside of his router exists. So as far as your home computer is concerned, anything beyond the router doesn't really exist to it. As far as your home computer is concerned, everything is being sent to it by the router. So every GET request, it will send it to the router, and then the router will deal with it in its own way to get that file for the home computer. Gateways such as routers are very, very important on a network, because without them it would be difficult to connect to a wide area network such as the internet. Alright, see you guys in the next video.